Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. In today's WWE SuperCard video, I will be giving you some LMS tips. We'll be playing a little bit, not much. I haven't started yet, and I won't be playing anymore. That's not this video, but I just thought I'd give you some tips. I know there's a lot of people that haven't played it. A lot of people that want to know sort of requirements and some tips and tricks as well. So I'm going to be able to give them to you. Now, before we get into the video, I did not get the Extreme Quest. I ran out of time. I spent 3,000 money in the bank contracts to get 2 guitars, 3 guitars and a road, 4,000 contracts to spend, and I got 3 guitars and a road case, so I had no chance. The microphone goes begging, the Extreme Quest goes begging, and it's all over. But look, we'll get into LMS first, and I'll get into some tips and tricks as well. So the first tip to LMS is to make sure you have a balanced deck, and that's quite difficult. Here's my deck at the moment. It's very imbalanced or unbalanced. The females arrows, they're quite good. You know, there's nothing wrong with them. If Natalia was a Fort 3 or a Fort 2, it might be a little bit better. You know, the females they'd be all right. But the males aren't. You know, we've got a 600,000 stat gap between my best and my worst card in the deck. So if you can, try and make sure you have as balanced a deck as possible. It'll make the opponents really easy to face, and it'll be better for you. But you can't really help that. So just try, all right? The second is to use and abuse every free pack. As you can see, in the free packs, they have a block and a reveal. And this is really good. So you need to make sure that you're using and abusing all of these free packs. You know, you can get up to 12 a day. It's very easy. For me, in a day, wake up at 7:30, so I get the 4 a.m. ones. I then get the 8 a.m. ones, the 12 o'clock ones, the 4 o'clock ones, the 8 o'clock ones, and I stay up until midnight. There's 6. What are the hands doing? So there's 6, and that's really easy to get, and that gives you 12 extra blocks and reveals that you wouldn't normally have, and they can become very, very critical and very vital in the late stages and in the higher arenas of LMS. The next one, which is somewhat underrated, but I think it's also very important, is to use your momentum slots wisely. Now, as it goes, me, you, the other guy, we all use our momentum slots for our best cards, and what you need to do in LMS is that usually you'll have probably a weaker card than usual, and one card will start to lose before another. For me, it's usually my females. My lower females will start to lose before my lower males. And so what I do is I take out John Morrison or Samoa Joe, for example, and I change them. You know, I put in my Natalia or my Shayna Baszler. You know, I change them up. So just to give my my females a bit of a boost to make sure that they can get through. You know, your top cards are your top cards. That's calm. But, you know, yeah, to give your females or even your males a bit of a boost, it can only pay dividends for you and help you out. All right, another tip I have got is to play every game mode. It's very easy after an arena. I'll play a bit while I'm talking. It's very easy to get very frustrated when you lose an arena, and when you lose an arena, it's when all your hearts go, and that's really, really difficult. It's a bit annoying, and you sort of want to not play the game anymore. But what you need to do instead is, I don't know, you take a break, you take half an hour, or however long, and then you come back and you play some Wild, you play some War. If you got some money in the bank contracts, cash them in, just to get some extra picks, to get blocks and reveals. You get them off the board, and they're rather easy to pull. I'm not guaranteeing that you'll have an even spread. Usually I end up with about 50 blocks and 2 reveals out of 52 resets, but like they're extra than what you have. So yeah, make sure that you're playing, if you're playing War, I know it's not the ideal PvP mode in LMS, but You're still getting points towards momentum slots, and that's always a good thing. Next tip is to conserve your blocks and reveals for as long as you can. And what I mean by that is don't use them all at once. Very early, I'd put on my block here. I'd try and protect this card just to make sure I kept the 10 points or whatever. And I'd do that in every arena up until, I was out of blocks and reveals. And what that does is that saving, and I'll play it in the next arena when we actually get a bit further. Wonder if we can get a boom card. No, we can't. Wonderful. Wonder if we can get a boom card. No, we can't. Wonderful. I'll get a microphone in one of these too. So what I used to do here is I used to put a block on to try and protect the 2, the 4, the 6, the points that don't really matter. But saving 1 or 2 or 10 points early on at Arena 2 sacrifices points later on. So try and keep your reveals, or your blocks especially, for as long as you can. I tend to use my reveals as soon as you hit where there's 3 obstacles. I use them for the first couple because they're just freebies, really. They're free arenas. So that's a little tip as well. I got a comment on my last video asking what sort of points do I need for a top 10,000, and we'll have a look at that. Obviously these tips have only got me 1 successful LMS card in the Undertaker, but they can be taken into any LMS. But look, I think that, we'll have a look at the leaderboard. With my Undertaker, I think I got about 300,000 points. Not terrible. Very, very low. I think it was about a 9,200 ranked card that I got that LMS. But we'll have a look and see what 10,000 is at the moment, if we can. But I would imagine that about 500,000 would be able to get you a good card. I'm not saying top 100, top 200, but I think it will be able to get you a serviceable card that can get you through. Still can't get a boom card, but we'll have a look now. As I said, this is probably going to be the last that I play of LMS. We'll leave it at rank 30,000. So if we have a look here, my rank, I'll go into the team. So here we look. Hunter's pretty close and to the 10,000 mark, and he's on 36,000. 1,000 is obviously at about 122k, and so number 1 is on 800k. So I think around the 500,000 point mark will get you a decent card. I think that anywhere between 300 and 500,000 will get you it'll get you a card. So I could be completely wrong on that. Let me know if you've got any tips in the comment section down below. Hope you enjoyed today's video. If you are new, please like and subscribe. I'll be putting up a Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder prediction video this afternoon. So make sure you watch that if you like the channel, I guess, or are a fan of boxing and the fight on the weekend. But otherwise, have a great weekend, and I'll probably see you Monday with a new video. So cheerio, sayonara, and goodbye.